So today's stream, it's been a little rough. It's been a rough day, just with everything going on in the world. There are much more important things going on today than my stream, than Melee. But I figured it'd be good for me and for other people to put on a show and just go streaming, right? So, so that's what I'm gonna do today. Looking at it now, you can already tell that some things are a little out of place, right? Like, look at Axe, right? Axe number 15. That doesn't make sense anymore, man. This guy needs to be higher, right? Ken number 3. Fuck no, not on my list. Where's Hugs 86? They put me on number 29, which I thought was fucking ridiculous, by the way. Or no, 26. Sorry, 26. Oh, they put me above Wizzy? Oh, shit. I am also quite qualified for this because I've been around since the beginning. There's only 3 players. Only 3 that have been around as long as I have to see as much as I have. And that is Chillin' Dude and Chewdat. That's it. Like, let's imagine Michael Jordan was playing way back and was still playing now. That's the equivalent of what you get through Chewdat, Chillin', and myself in terms of experience. It's that we've lived through every single era. I wouldn't necessarily... I'm going to be real with you here. I really wouldn't listen to Chewdat's opinion on the greatest of all time. I would listen to Chillin's. I think Chillin' would have some good perspective. I don't know if he's done this or not. I'm curious. So, you guys asked, someone in chat asked, well, what about Mutaking? Hasn't he been around forever? Yes. But Mutaking's been around since, I think the first tournament he ever entered was late 2005. I was in since mid 2004, and Chillin' and Chewdat, I believe, were in either early 2004 or late 2003. So, that's it. Those are the only people. But yeah. Alright, so, without further ado, let's start our list. I want to see how this goes. Top 20 all time. Where's Scorpidor? Where's Don't Test Me? Where's Zane's Roy? Zane's Roy is 6th generation. And the way I like to start these lists always is I kind of get an idea of who belongs in a range, right? It's pretty much Armada, Hbox, Mango. No order. Okay, so they belong in the top 3. Now, who could claim to be within the range of 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, this is where it gets tricky. Let me tell you how I'm valuing people, okay? So, like, if you had old results, I respect it. But I'm going to give more credit to old results from people that stood the test of time and actually competed when it got harder. You know what? When I used to talk to Ken, the separation, he used to call them generations, right? So you have the first generation era. That's the pre-2004 era. That's the Kens, Isaiah's, as in Reciferous, like real old school shit. D.A. West. Dude, I remember when the documentary came out, D.A. West was like trying to campaign saying that he deserved his own episode. Why did Korean DJ get an episode? I deserved it. Second generation. Chewdat. Hugs. Chillin'. Should I just rank the best Chillins of all time based on their generations? Third gen is, in my opinion, is Post Brawl. Mango was the bridge. So this would be Mango. So then it gets, I think then we get into Doc Kids. I think we definitely get into Evo and Doc Kids. 5th generation is like Zane, Crush, IBDW. Pretty much everyone that just kind of popped off for the last few years. Alright, so look, so these are the eras we had, right? So, when I look at this, right, if you existed between eras, I'm going to have more respect for your all-time greatness, right? And I get to say that because my ass has been around for a very long time. And I've seen the greatness. Motherfuckers, in fact, I've been the greatness. So, let's say you went from 1st gen to 3rd gen. Let's say you went from 3rd gen to 5th gen. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. You are really fucking good. Look at this list of 3rd geners And then tell me that it isn't mighty suspect that literally all these gods of this gen just all of a sudden quit when these guys came around. Do you see a single name here that is no longer relevant outside of people who have just straight up retired for health reasons? I truly believe, and people might disagree with me, I truly believe players like Ken and Azen were simply, and DA West, to be honest, my Samus hero, we're just scared of the new competition. That's just straight up it. So, if I were to rank these, I think I could safely put Mewtwo King here. I don't think I have to think about it. I don't think I have to think about Leffen either. Okay, now let's talk about the next gen, or the next group of players, right? So if I say this is the next tier, let me just tier people up. Hold up. So who has to be in my top 20? I think SFAT has to be. I think Amsa has to be. I think Wizzy has to be. Oh god, this is a short list. I thought I might be able to sneak a little Hugs in there, but I actually can't. I used to have an argument. Now I don't. I can't even sneak myself in there. This was offensive, by the way. Number 26 was offensive. I should have been in the top 20 all the time. I should have been ahead of Chillin. For sure. Chillin has no business being ahead of me. No business whatsoever. Oh. God, can I just get rid of Ken and Azen? What are they doing? What have they done? No, they've done something, but still. Dude, this might be the craziest top 20 list you've ever seen. Dude, these guys deserve higher. Straight up. Wobbles is above SFAT and Amsa. I disagree. I think Wobbles had a really good legacy. I think he started off in 2nd gen, maybe late 2nd gen, and then he hit a really amazing peak between the 3rd and 4th gen. But to say he deserves it over these guys, I think his 16 rating was too high, to be honest. Now, would Wobbles belong in the top 20? I don't know. I don't think so. Chew beat every god except Armada, didn't he? Did he beat MD? He's beaten Leffen. He's beaten pretty much everyone that matters. Straight up. I would say PP, Plup, Chewdat. I'm actually totally okay with this order. Although part of me wants to... I think PPMD's a little high. Shit. Was he number 6 here too? Ooh. I am totally comfortable putting Axe and SFAT above Ken. SFAT's been top 10 almost since 2000. What, he was top 10 in 2013? That is crazy. Even though Ken, like, look, he was a GOAT at a certain point. He had an era. I could justify it through longevity, but their peaks are not even close. Like, this guy was literally the number 1 for a while. But it was for 4 years, almost 4 years, and it was during the weakest period. It's about time someone challenges Ken's King of Smash whole thing. That whole aura. Nah, man. I was there. Who? Press 1 if you played against Ken in tournament. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, all of you. Oh, okay, really? Oh, okay. Interesting. What do we do with these guys? Is it about that time where we say to ourselves, do these guys deserve top 20? Do they deserve it? So, in that sense, I'm okay with Wizzy above these guys. And then we got this. We got this going on here. I think these two belong in the next spots. Then we got this group for the final spot. Because you guys don't want me to make a top 25. I think if I make it a top 25, this is easy. This is literally the top 25 right here. Oh, I'm going to have a hard time convincing people on Twitter about this when I post it. And keep in mind, like, if you look at AMSA and you're like, dude, that is way too high. That's recency bias. My man been out since 2013. This is 7 years now. And he's been top 10 for like a year and a half, possibly 2, I think. I mean, if Hacks put up the results, I'm talking shrooms on like 11 years plus of top 10, top 10, top 10, then like top 20. and then recently hitting a top 8 at Genesis. Versus Hacks, which was like top 10, top 10, top 10, and then disappear for years, and then come back, and then not top 50, and then top 50, and then top 30, and now barely this year you're like, okay, this is top 15 Hacks right now. That's unfortunate, but what I'm seeing in front of me is that Dewan was fortunate enough to not have those similar challenges, but he still stayed consistently up there. I mean, because what I'm trying to make here is a legacy list. Like, the game ends now, we look back in a couple years, who's more important than who? Right, so that's what I'm looking at. Who's got the legacy that lasts? If the game were to end right now. And for me, it goes like this. Dude, I already know someone's going to see this and just going to be like, this is the worst list I've ever seen. Oh, just wait till I get to the top 3, though. Okay. Okay, so Mewtwo King Leffen, I think that's undeniable. I don't even think you could have an argument with me about that. PPMD, Plup, and Chudat, I think this order's arguable. Maybe you could throw in a little Axe in there. And then maybe Zane, depending on what you value, but Zane would need a little more time. But the order could change, but the placements don't. I'm still questioning PBMD a little bit, to be honest, but I guess I'm not valuing how long he was actually up there. Like, the God era wasn't just a year. It was like 3 years. 3 to 4 years. I should rank them separately. PPMD gets like 10 to 15. Dr. PP, top 8. All right, these 3 are the GOATs. I don't think anyone's arguing that these 3 are the GOATed Melee players of all time. Right? Mango was the GOAT by 2016. Up until 2016, I don't think you could argue it. Mango's still the GOAT. Armada, you could almost argue it right at that point. Mango's still the GOAT, right? But then these other guys kind of came up. But when I say they came up and they did better, Mango was still top 3. I think he bottomed out at like 4th or 5th in the world at his worst. And this is with people starting to think that like his play style was kind of falling out of favor and blah, blah, blah. And then he just still finds a fucking way to win. But I think I can't justify him being higher, as amazing as I think he is. No, I don't feel good about this. You think I feel good about this? Look, I know we hate to hear it. I hate to say it. But there is no denying that Hungrybox has been #1 for what now? 3 years? I wish I could say this wasn't the case, but it's the case. Here's the thing. Okay, hold up. Let me categorize these cases, okay? But what you have from Mango is consistency and longevity. He's got it longer than any of these guys, okay? Peak during the hardest period. We could always say that the most recent is the hardest. Currently, longest, I believe the longest reign at #1 worldwide. Armada's case is his reign at #1. The challenge of competing from Europe is definitely hard, but Armada didn't attend as many tournaments. He chose to back out of some tournaments. Hungrybox attends way more. And then I think this is the key to making an argument for Armada #1 is 0 losses to non-top 6. This is 2011 through 2018. Insane. So what you're getting here is something that goes beyond the numbers. It goes beyond the number one. Do I care about the tournaments that they won? I do. But I'm not going to say like, oh, like Evo's more important than Genesis, or like, oh, he won a big house, but this guy won an Evo. Like, no. If it was a super major, it was a super major. Dude, when I decide this, I'm just gonna have to sign off. I don't think I want to deal with the. Oh God! All right, hold on. Let me think. I'm not gonna lie to you. My brain wants to say HBox. Would Armada also get those losses if he attended as much as HBox and if he kept competing? I think he would. I think he totally would. You think he wouldn't lose to Zane? Armada be losing to Zane if he was still around. Oh, he'd be losing. Oh, yes, and I don't care if he hears this. I want him to hear this. I want him to come back and try to prove me wrong. Zane would be some trouble. It's the Zane era, and y'all don't even know it yet because it took a whole fucking virus to slow it down. Don't sit here and act, oh, he lost to Triff. The fuck out of here. It took a whole ass virus to stop him. But what I am saying is that Hungrybox is succeeding in a more difficult era. And what I can prove is that Hungrybox does attend way more than Armada, so he's constantly tested. He's tested way more than Armada is. And that Armada was. Alright, look. I'm going to make some decisions. We got Mango at number 3. And 2020 really fucked it up. Things could have been different. I'm not hating. So, Armada, HBox. Okay, look. I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick. I know I'm stalling, but you just hear me out, alright? Hear me out. I was at a party, pre-quarantine. It was like a Twitch party. And I was drunk. And Hungrybox was there. And then he was saying something about, like, you know, the Smash community, how they treat him, whatever. I was like, look, dude, like, I haven't been supportive either. I know it. Like, I've talked shit too. But I gotta tell you right now, this is what I said to him. At that point in time, I said, dude, you got like the third year in a row of being number 1. I think you're the GOAT. And then he goes, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And then immediately after, I was like, do I really mean that? Tourney wins? If you want to talk tourney wins, I think Hungrybox straight up has that. He attends way more. What do you mean? You're losing there. Wait, head to head? Hold up. 19 to 33. Why is there a young Link and a Falco? What's going on here? Oh, shit. He only had his number in 2017. Okay. Okay, he's got Leffen too. He's got Leffen a little less than he's got Mango. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it goes Armada HBox. I think it goes Armada HBox. Okay. I thought it was pretty solidly Hungrybox. With the fact that he's current era, and he's attended more, put himself at risk more, but the fact of the matter is, he can put himself at risk as much as he wants, but when he runs into Armada, Armada has the head-to-head. I think if I didn't see that head-to-head, I don't give it to Armada. Dude, I was talking to one of my housemates, and I was telling him, like, I want to do this list. He's like, oh, dude, it's going to be sick. Like, you should be controversial. I'm like, dude, like, why? He's like, dude, other people who are, like, popping off on YouTube, they're just controversial as fuck. You got to be controversial. I was like, well, to be honest, I do think Hungrybox is number 1 in the world, but I might change my mind. I don't know. It depends on the argument. And he's like, no, just put Hungrybox at number 1. Way more views. Just put Hungrybox at number 1. And then I'm like, are you sure? He's like, dude, that's what they all do. And they get hella views. Just do it. And then here you guys are, give me a fucking argument, and now I can't do it. And now this video is going to get like 1,000 views. Son of a bitch. The real ones right here in the stream, they see the real list, but the YouTube, I sound like a boomer. The YouTube is going to see this list. You know what? Let me spice it up a little. Let me spice it up a little bit. Top 20 all time. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Hungrybox number 1 for sure. For sure. Zane. Zane number 2. We got to make it look somewhat reasonable. I want someone to believe it. Okay, this is like a really refined content list. Okay, what is this list? DZ, did you just join us? This is the all-time list, baby. What you mean? Ooh, an ice climber? Ooh. Ooh. I could put Wobbles in the top 10 for sure. Right above Pluck. Oh, that'll piss people off. Okay. Dude, what about Zero? Ooh. I'm not putting Zero. I can't. Though there's no one would look at this and be like, this has to be a fake list. Oh, what about? Ooh, let's make the people real mad. Yo, let's get those retweets, baby. I'm so like, not the Yoshi, but... Oh, man, nothing makes people more mad than putting Europeans high on the list. Because this is America. Okay. All right, this is good. I like this list. Like, you look at this, just like, literally, you never saw my list, and you look at this, you're like, Hungrybox, fine, Armada, okay. Zane, hold up. Left and above Manga, what the fuck? Mewtwo King? No, it's not wrong enough where you know it's a joke. You're still going to be mad, but it's not wrong enough. This right here is the official list. I've thought about it. I've thought it through. Honestly, I know it's a little weird, but like based on the results we've seen, I don't think there's any kind of argument against this. Like we're considering legacy, we're considering results, we're considering recency bias, and frankly, it might be controversial, but this is the list. This is what it is. And cut! There you go. There's the Twitter clip. Baby, we're in there. Oh, yes! Alright, well, with that being said, that is my list. Okay, alright, we're done. Alright, yeah, we're getting the clickbait ready. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I will be back either tomorrow or Saturday. I gotta figure out. This was fun. I'm glad I did this. Today has been a rough day because of what's going on in the world. I hope it was some kind of escape. And, yes, hope you had fun. Alright, thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out.